Hello students, once again welcome back with my another class. In this class I am going to discuss some of the fundamental problem based on the concept of polygons. This is my second period of your class 8 mathematics. Here is another concept. Okay, in this class we are going to find out the sum of all angles of polygon having n side is n minus 2 into 180 degree. Here is the formula you have to remember. Using this formula you can find out the sum of all angles of any polygon with a given number of sides. This concept we are going to discuss. Okay, and here we have to find out sum of all angles of polygon having different number of sides are given. So have a look here. Here is the first problem for you. Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 5 sides. Look at the diagram. Polygon having 5 sides. And diagram is the most important part of geometry. It is a part of understanding. Number of sides n is equal to 5. So it is a pentagon. The sum of all angles of pentagon as per the formula n minus 2 into 180, which is 5 minus 2 180, 3 into 180 540 degree. Hence the sum of all angles of pentagon is 540 degree. Okay, so using this formula you can find out the sum of all angles of any polygon having given number of sides. Here is another problem for you. Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 6 sides. Look at the diagram. Here the number of sides n is equal to 6. So it is a hexagon. The sum of all angles of hexagon as per the formula n minus 2 into 180, which is 6 minus 2 into 180, 4 into 180, which is 720 degree. Hence the sum of all interior angles of hexagon is 720 degree. Right? Let's have another question. Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 7 sides. Here is an interesting diagram for you. Number of sides n is equal to 7. So it is a heptagon. The sum of all angles of heptagon is n minus 2 into 180, 7 minus 2 into 180, which is 5 into 180, 900 degree. Hence the sum of all angles of heptagon is 900 degree. Simple fundamental problem we are going to discuss using the concept, using the formula. I hope you can try for these questions. Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 8 sides. Here is the diagram for you. So number of sides n is equal to 8. So it is an octagon. The sum of all interior angles of octagon is n minus 2 into 180, 8 minus 2 into 180, which is 6 into 180, 1080 degree. Hence the sum of all angles of octagon is 1080 degree. Here is another problem for you, similar kind of problem. Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 9 sides. I hope you can do it. Let us see the diagram here. Number of sides n is equal to 9. So it is a nonagon. The sum of all angles of nonagon is n minus 2 into 180, which is 9 minus 2 into 180, which is 7 into 180, 1260 degree. Hence the sum of all angles of nonagon is 1260 degree. Okay. Shall we move another question here? Find the sum of all angles of polygon having 10 sides. Look at the diagram and try for the diagram also. Part of understanding. Number of sides n is equal to 10, so it is a decagon. The sum of all angles of decagon is n minus 2 into 180 degree, which is 10 minus 2 into 180, 8 into 180 degree, that is 1440 degree. Hence we got the sum of all angles of decagon is 1440 degree. Okay, understood? So here is another similar kind of problem based on the concept. We have to find out sum of all angles of polygon having 12 sides. Look at such a beautiful diagram for you and try for the diagram. Number of sides n is equal to 12. So it is a dodecagon. The sum of all angles, interior angles, is n minus 2 into 180, which is 12 minus 2 into 180, 10 into 180, 1800 degree. Hence, the sum of all angles of dodecagon is 1800 degree. 1800 degree. Understand? Okay, are you finding interesting to the class? So some of the interesting and similar type of questions we are discussing. Here the number of sides 15, we have to find out sum of all angles of polygon having 15 sides. Such a beautiful diagram for you. I hope you will try for the diagram. Number of sides n is equal to 15. So it is a pentadecagon. The sum of all interior angles of pentadecagon is n minus 2 into 180, 15 minus 2 into 180, which is 13 into 180, 2340 degree. Hence, the sum of all angles of pentadecagon is 2340 degree. Some of the interesting question problem we discussed here in this concept using the formula. If you remember the formula, you can do. You can find out sum of all angles of any polygon having given number of sides. I hope you have understood the class and you are enjoying the class. So here is a homework for you in the form of assignment. Look at the assignment here. Yes, we will find out sum of all angles of polygon having different number of sides. Yes, and try for the assignment. Okay, I hope you are enjoying the class. Thank you for your interest and eagerness to the class. Jai Jagannath.